the dog days of summer have arrived, haven't they, folks? Are you hot? Are you hot listening to this? Just popped on the new episode of Laser Show and you're probably sweltering, aren't you? Maybe you popped some earbuds into your ears and they just made things worse inside your ears. Yeah, the dog days are here. August. Something about August, when I see it spelled out, I always say in my head, I say August. I think we should all just say it August. June, July, August, September. I mean, if we're going to say February, or we're not, because ain't none of you say it like that, which is how you're supposed to say it. We're all just pronouncing February wrong. We're all just calling it February. Okay. And when I say it right, people go, what are you, some sort of a proper ass? What in the hell is the matter with you, you prick? You vacant, vapid prick. I'm just saying it right. So maybe I'll just say things my own way. Lord knows I've made a career on it. This episode of this podcast contains lasers that may trigger seizures in photosensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is Laser Show.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Oh, grab yourself a fan. Maybe a mister. And I don't mean a man. I mean something that makes mist. Grab yourself a tall glass of ice-cold lemonade and enjoy the following episode of Laser Show. Episode 41. Here we are in the dog days of summer, huh? Woof, woof. Welcome. I shouldn't have done that. Now my voice is going to be shot. I'll be honest with you guys, I recorded a whole episode last night. And it sounded so, my voice was just bad. I had a very long week. Oh, am I going to tell you all about it? I had a very long week. And then decided to follow that up with just recording episode 41 of Laser Show. And my voice just sounded like shit. And by the end, I was just barely making any noise. And I was high as all shit. Oh my God. It took me an hour and a half to record like 45 minutes of a podcast. I kept just forgetting what I was talking about. And I do that a lot when I record. Little peek behind the curtain. All the time, I will just be talking and I'll forget what I'm talking about, or I'll remember I had to make a point about something else. So I'll just like stop and I'll fix that in editing. Another reason why I don't like to film video for these podcasts, audio only, because I can just stop. Sometimes I'll just stop. I'll just stop in the middle of talking, go fucking eat something. Come on back. It's nice. Work at my own pace. As long as I get to about an hour of final content, that's all you little dirty little piggies need and deserve. But I was listening to it today for editing purposes, and it sounded pretty bad, and I was like, this sucks, man. But whatever. But then I went on Instagram, and I saw my friend Steffi Smalls. She has a podcast. I was just a guest on it. Check out the Steffi Smalls show. It's a sports podcast. Gambling. I was a guest. I was the Panthers guest. Panthers insider. And she had posted, hey folks, no podcast today. It's coming out tomorrow because my voice kind of sucks right now. So I'm saving all your ears by not doing my podcast today. And I thought, oh shit, yeah, maybe I should do that. Because I'm listening to what I recorded last night and it can't be fun to listen to. So today I did some nice vocal warm-ups. To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock. And I think my voice sounds pretty nice. I think it can last for a good hour. God willing, I just shouldn't bark like a dog like that. Step 1, don't bark like a dog. Stop yelling. All of my neighbors are home. I just saw two neighbors coming in right now. I just got a haircut. I just got back from a haircut. Man, I don't know what in the blazes I am doing. I've been letting my hair grow out for the first time since pre-COVID. Cause what else am I gonna do? I've been doing pretty short hair, and I really like it. I really think I just look better with short hair. I'm gonna be honest. I like it. I like that it's nice and short. It's easy. I can take my little mousse or my little pomade, put it in my ass, and then I take some more, put it in my hair. Oh, I like my little flip. I got my little flip going, nice and short, easy. But people like hair. People like hair. More hair is more personality. In a way. Really for casting. Since I cut my hair in 2021, oh boy, have things gone to shit career-wise, wouldn't you agree? Can't book shit, and everything I do book falls apart. Grow my hair back out, boom! Booked a commercial. Gotta tell you guys about that. A lot has happened since we last spoke. I was on a veil for another commercial. So I've been experimenting with growing my hair out, but it just, you guys don't see how it really gets. I mean, it looks, if you're listening to this podcast, probably what you see of me is like the videos I put online. And yeah, when I put videos online, I do my hair before. And if any hair is out of place, I mean, I don't go crazy with it, but I can make my hair look good before I film. But me in the real world, my hair, once it's having been grown out for a bit, it looks so ugly all the time. One gust of wind, one fart from my friend Nick, my hair's fucked for hours, all night. I used to ride my scooter to work before my scooter got stolen, and before I quit my job. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about today. And yeah, by the time I'd get to work, my hair would just be fucked. I just rode a scooter for 10 minutes with product in my hair. Now the product has settled into a scooting position, which is just straight up like I was doing a science experiment that blew up in my face. And that's how I would show up to work every day. But folks, the last time I did a podcast or released a podcast was July 2nd. We are over a month since my last podcast. Sorry for the delay. Things have been crazy around here. So much has happened. How have you guys been? I have so much to discuss about my job, my jobs, my neck. My neck is fucked. I had a birthday. I had the 4th of July. But before we get to all that, I need to thank my new sponsors. I have some new sponsors. Oh, by the way, my name is, this is Laser Show. I am your host, Gucci Greatness, the Fabergé Fiend, Dr. Drip, 3-time Employee of the Week, 1-time and inaugural Employee of the Month, 2nd Alderman of the 3rd Ward of Cass County, Missouri, and Guac Daddy himself, Ryan O'Flanagan. This is episode 41 of Laser Show, voted the greatest podcast that I have. And I couldn't do it without my sponsors. Yeah, I could. I mostly do. But I really, hold on, let me find I wrote them down. Okay, so a lot of new sponsors. Thank you for answering the bell. Last episode, I remember I had no new sponsors. And that's kind of fucked. Like, what are you guys, doing? So you guys just think that you're better than me? You're not stronger than me. Most of the people that are listening to this are not stronger than me. And I would say almost none of you are faster than me. I average about 300 listens. I bet I can beat all of you in a race. And I will. For my 40th birthday, I'm going to have the Laser Show races. Olympic Day. You guys ever have to do Olympic Day in middle school? You have to do all these fucking Olympic things. How about we just watch a movie? Let's watch Olympus Has Fallen for Olympic Day. But let me please thank my new sponsors. I want to thank Grass Knuckles. By the way, if you want to be a sponsor, you can Venmo me $50 at Ryan O'Flan or whatever you got. Whatever you got. And if you have more, you have to give me more. I'm broke. But that's all about to change. I'm back on the up and up, folks. So you can send me money on Venmo and I'll shout out anything you want me to shout out, or just your name. Or you can just send me a product. I want to thank Grass Knuckles, which is a product, and you can buy it. And it's a putter, and you putt golf balls with it. And the putting part has got like brass knuckles. What the connection is there, I don't really know. It's just, did they think of the idea before the wordplay, or did they think of the wordplay first? Why a putter that the back of the putter is brass knuckles? I don't know. It doesn't work. You can't use it on your hand unless if you could like disconnect it and actually use it for a fight. Cool. But as it is, it's just like a funny looking little putter. But it's like a nice putter. The handle's very nice. You can squeeze it. You could pretend it's anything that you would want to squeeze. Think of anything you might want to squeeze. Really. Me, I think of just like a banana. I'm not thinking of anything risque. Just think of anything that you might want to squeeze with two hands and stroke with it. The handle of this putter is it's so malleable, it's very soft. It could be anything that you want to squeeze. And you just close your eyes, but then you have to open your eyes to make the putt. I haven't used it yet. I haven't gone golfing in 2 years. I go golfing, not enough. Not enough to make it fun. If you go so infrequently that you just suck most of the time when you play, it's not that. You mostly just get sunburnt and drunk. But I do love getting sunburnt and drunk. So if anyone wants to golf, you let me know. But not here in the dog days of summer. Not when it's hotter than the devil's dick on fire. Hey, Tyler Childers just put out a new album. It's pretty good. Very experimental. Rick Rubin produced it. I don't want them two to work together anymore, but I'm glad they did it once. It was kind of cool. But get out of here, Rick. And there's a lot of songs where he swears more than ever before. Dropped some F-bombs on this album. Pretty cool. And they all have like explicit warning, little E next to the song. And then there's one song that says hotter than the devil's dick on fire, and that song does not have an explicit warning next to it. So that is, I guess you can say that. You hear that, Boise, Idaho? I'm coming in a couple weeks, and I better not get paid by the fucking Mormons because I said hotter than the devil's dick on fire. That's the first thing I'm starting with. Thank you all for coming out. It's hotter than the devil's dick on fire. Mormons? And if that isn't PG, well, I don't know what to tell you because it didn't get an explicit warning on this Tyler album. And that is legal. That's legal stuff. But anyhow, thank you to Grass Knuckles. And another product that I got sent, and so I made a video for Grass Knuckles. And then I got sent another product, and it's called Dirty Rooster Soap. And it's soap. And they sent me this soap. And they were like, make a video of the soap. And we'll pay you. And so they did, and I made a video of this soap. And I got to assume the reason that they thought of me to advertise this soap is because I am known as just a very clean guy. They wouldn't reach out to some dirty guy. Hey, advertise our soap. Some oil rig worker. And the advertisement is just using Dirty Rooster soap to fucking scrub off. His fingernails haven't been clean in 30 years. And he's just in the shower going, Dirty Rooster soap. God, I gotta go through 5 bars a day. No, I'm clean. You should see my apartment's pretty clean. I just mopped yesterday. And my body is very clean, my flesh. I don't have any chest hair, which people often ask me if I shave my chest hair. And no, I don't. I just don't get chest hair. I get poobs. I get poobs and I get butthole hair and I have facial hair, but never got chest hair. Which is great, because why put a bumper sticker on a Maserati, you know? A chest like this, why cover up even an inch? But I do get these little gay little wispies, like I'm a little boy. That stinks. But I'm not going to shave, though, because I'm not shaving my chest. Just never got it. Isn't that odd? I think my dad's got chest hair. So maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it like in my 50s. Just want like a nice little sternum bush. Right in the hole. You guys ever go to school with a kid who had a hole in his, like a concave chest? I think we all had a kid like that. Ours was John Turner. The rumor was that he used to eat cereal out of his chest hole. That was the rumor. And it didn't help that he was so fucking weird. Sorry if you listen to this podcast, John. I'm sure you're cool now. You were always cool. You would just you just act weird. You were always acting weird and being like a little shrew. You're always acting like a rodent. You're always acting like a rodent, John. You have to know that about yourself. You're acting like an evil rodent with like bad intentions. Like an evil scientist who fucking accidentally morphed his body into like a dirty rodent. That's how you, and like you were so angry about it. That's how you acted. So that's why the rumors spread that you used to eat cereal out of the hole in your chest. But I'm sure you're cool now, man. Hope you have a family. Shout out to John. Shout out to John Turner. Not a sponsor, but I will shout out my friends. And I'll shout out my friend Ben Blanchard. Love you, Ben. Ben, we're going to Night Moon, baby. Just want to let you guys know that my friend Ben is coming back to LA and we're going to Night Moon in November. Can't wait to see my boy Ben. Love you, Ben. Big laserhead. Love finding out my friends are laserheads. You know who's a new laserhead? My sister Lauren. What up, Laura? New laserhead. Also sent me a t-shirt. I got 2 new t-shirts. I will include pictures of these t-shirts when I post this on Instagram. Also, I'm sorry, I've listened to my episodes before and I can like hear myself walking around. I can hear my footsteps and my floor creaking, and I'm sorry if that's annoying, but you're gonna just have to deal with it. I record this podcast standing up and I pace around because it keeps my voice up more. If I sit down and record, I start to just, I don't know what it is. My esophagus fucking folds. I don't know. I can project better when I stand up, but I do pace around and I can hear the floor creak sometimes. I'm sorry, I got a creaky floor. Sometimes I can hear myself like scratching my leg like this. Sometimes I'll do that. I have had an itchy spot on my left, like the side of my knee, kind of like the back of my knee, for probably like 10 years. I'm not even joking. There's been a spot that's just, it's just kind of itchy, and I Googled it. I was like, one spot on leg itchy for a decade. And it was like, it's probably just like a nerve issue thing. So that's probably it. Lord knows I do have some nerve issues. I have a bulging dick in my neck. I've had a bulging dick in my neck since like 2015 or 2014. Because Andrew Mativier dropped a girl on my head in the pool in Vegas. And he was the class clown of my high school. Got voted class clown. Not class abuser. Not class vertebra ruiner. He is the bulging dick. But I hope you're well, Andrew. You've ruined my neck. And I hurt, yeah, my neck on and off hurts for 10 years now. Was going to go get surgery. Eventually decided to bail. I chickened out. And I'm glad I did. It's been mostly good. But sometimes it'll just like flare up and it'll... Yesterday I was just at the gym. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just on my phone. And then I like looked up at one point and my whole neck just seized up. And now I can't fucking turn my neck. It'll be fine. That happens. Happens to all of us. How sad is that? I hurt my neck being on my phone. Hurt my neck at the gym. Oh, you're doing neck workout? Nah, I was on my phone. And I looked up too fast. My body wasn't ready for how fast I wanted to rejoin the world. Got too excited to rejoin the world and blew my neck out. But that's getting older, huh? And I am older now. I had a birthday last week. We'll get to that. Don't worry. I wrote all these things down. I'm still going through my new sponsors. Grass Knuckles, the Cock Soap. It's called Dirty Rooster. It says wash your. I'm not just calling it the Cock Soap. All the bars of soap say wash your cock. So I guess it's soap for boys or girls with cocks. It's 2025. And I want to thank Terrence Edelman, new sponsor, Terrence Edelman. I love you, man. Terrence wants to be clear. He is not. One of my first sponsors was named Robert Edelman. And this is not Robert Edelman. I now have two sponsors, two Edelman sponsors. Still waiting on Julian. Terrence is not Robert. Robert famously Venmo'd me way too much. This was the early days of the podcast or of my sponsor program. And Terrence did not Venmo me that much. So I do like Robert better, Terrence. But what I like about Terrence is that he's a July baby. Let's give it up for Terrence. Love a July baby. What a great month. July is just the best. Summertime, 4th of Ryan O's birthday. Fucking Pride is over. It's really the perfect month. Shark Week. I can't think of anything else. Oh, 7-Eleven fucking Slurpee Day. It's just a really good month. Summertime month. And other sponsors that I have include. So my sister sent me a shirt. Thank you, Laura. My sister did not know I had a podcast. She just discovered it and she's listened to it. She's a big fan. New Laserhead, baby. We got her. And she sent me a t-shirt for my birthday. And guess what it is? It is a laser show reference to the last episode, if you listen to that. It's a t-shirt that says Guac Daddy. I gotta be wearing that in a video. So that's real laser show. That's real laser show merch. And that's not all. I got 2 new shirts since the last time I talked to you fools. Shout out to Lori of Lori and Sue. Lori and Sue are these 2 women. They're these 2. I'm always wheeling and dealing with 2 women. I'm like Lou Williams. They call me the Lou Williams of Formosa Ave. Whoops, I shouldn't dox myself. But these 2 women, they came to a show in Indianapolis. You may remember them from episodes past. They were 2 of the 13 people that were at my show in Indianapolis. By all accounts, pretty bad show. Pretty bad show. I think I lost money on that show, which is very rare. I don't often make a ton, but I almost never lose money. That one I think I did. Door deal, and then hotels were fucking expensive because it was the Final Four was in town in Indianapolis. So I think I lost money. But these 2 women come up and they go, "Hey, we're Lori and Sue, and we came to see you in Mahomet, Illinois last year, hours away." That's closer to where they live. So they made a little road trip to come see me in Indianapolis. I don't know how far that is. I think they came a couple hours for like a really bad show. And I always feel bad about that. I'm honored, truly. I appreciate each and every one of my fans. Both of them. But let me just say, don't come more than like 2 hours to see me do stand-up. Generally. I mean, sometimes it's worth it. But if it's not, I feel so bad. And it ruins my night. So it's not even about you anymore. So they came to Indianapolis, and it was the 13 people that were there were fine. It wasn't like terrible, but it sure wasn't great. And they said, "Hey, we came all the way out." I was like, "Oh my God!" So they go, "Remember us from Muhammad?" And I go, "Oh my God, yes, I remember you two from Muhammad." These two sweet women. And so then a couple weeks ago, I was doing a show in Thousand Oaks, California, which is about almost an hour north. An outdoor show at a brewery, and I was just doing like a 10-minute set. And I did a 10-minute set, and if you wouldn't believe how absolutely okay it was. And after the show, this woman comes up to me. I said, "What's this woman doing coming up to me? Is she gonna kick my ass? Is she gonna plant one on me? What the hell?" She's beelining it. She goes, "Hey, it's Lori from Lori and Sue from Muhammad and Indianapolis." I go, "Holy shit, Lori!" I mean, I feel bad. I didn't recognize her at first. I certainly wasn't expecting to see her in fucking Thousand Oaks, California. I go, "Holy shit, what the fuck are you doing here?" Turns out she's visiting, her brother lives in LA. She was visiting her brother. Saw on Instagram that I had a show. She said to her brother, "Hey, let's go see the show." Came to the show and brought me none other than a t-shirt. Because she listens to the podcast. What up, Lori? What up, Sue? I believe she said it was her husband's brewery. Loose Cobra, it's called. So I got a new Loose Cobra shirt, medium. I got a new Guac Daddy shirt, medium. If you're coming to see me on the road, and I'm going on the road, I'm leaving this damn weekend. Oh, God, help me. I got to figure out my comedy. I can learn how to do comedy, like pronto. I have not worked on my set at all. Suffering Christ. I'm gonna do that tonight. Put some time aside. Put my set together. Get my life together. But anyway, so I got 2 new t-shirts, and I'll definitely share a picture of that. If you're coming to see me on the road, bring me a t-shirt size medium, or just like a good hot meal. Bring me just a nice hot meal or a nice piece of chocolate cake. I just had such a delectable chocolate cake. My friends got me chocolate cake for my birthday. I received some wonderful things for my birthday this year. It was July 29th. Thank you to those who remembered. I know a couple of you sent me some little Venmos. Buy a drink on me. Thanks. Don't mind if I do, Kim, Jordan. But I'm not done talking about my new sponsors. Emily Bruza. Long-time listener, first-time sponsor. If you're in the Monterey area and you forget your hoodie, Emily will hold on to it for you for 2 weeks until you're done with your tour. Tell you that. Thank you, Emily, for everything. Now, Emily got me a t-shirt once based on this very podcast as well. A joke I made on this very podcast about Mount Rushmore and Calvin Coolidge. So now I have 2 Laser Show t-shirts. I gotta start selling Laser Show merch. Thank you to Caitlin Slade. Caitlin Slade. That's a cool ass name. Slade. It's like Sling Blade, but shorter. Caitlin Slade. She sounds like she runs track. Doesn't that just sound like a fast name? I guess there's a very athletic girl in my school named Caitlin. And Slade just sounds like a fast name. It sounds like slide and glide and blade. Caitlin Slade. Hope you're fast. And if not, fuck it. You don't have to be. Not for me. And not for anybody. Because you're a sponsor of Laser Show. The #1 podcast in this apartment. So much has happened. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. I had big plans on the 4th. My plans were I was going to go to this. I found this event at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. I had convinced a couple friends to go. I wanted to do something fun and different this year. We always just go to a pool. And believe me, I love going to a pool and just drinking until I can't feel my ass. And then you could put so much stuff in your ass in the bathroom. But I found this event. I convinced a couple friends to go with me to this. It was called Foodie Land. I found it on Instagram and it looks really fun. You can make anything look fun on Instagram, it turns out. It was called Foodie Land, and it was like a food festival in the at the Rose Bowl in the parking lot. And a bunch of different fun, unique foods from all around wherever. And there's like some rides there. There's some games a la a carnival. And at the end, when the sun goes down, drone show. Drone show. And I love drone shows. In fact, I just applied to work for a drone show. We'll get to that in a minute, if I remember to. So I was pretty excited to go to this event, see a drone show, play some games. And then the night before, so this was now July 3rd, if you're keeping your tabs, my friends and I, late at night, I go, dude, let's go to YouTube and watch video of the Foodie Land Fest. I think they did it last year or the year before. Let's watch footage of it. Let's get pumped for this event. And so we throw it on YouTube, and holy piss, this event looked so lame. It was brutal. And we were all just trying to be excited for it, but it was this unspoken, ooh. It looked, first of all, it was dead silent. If it's silent like that, you gotta add some stock music to your video, because it was so quiet. I don't think there was any music playing at the event, and it's just all these people milling about, and it's just like 100 food trucks, and it looks so hot. It's just on the parking lot at the Rose Bowl. And it's just, you can see that it's just reflecting sun. And everyone just looks like they're really hot. Walking around, all these food trucks. And let's be real, you're going to go to this thing, you're going to get like maybe two things to eat. It's probably super expensive. So like, what are you going to, you're going to try, walk around all day being like, okay, this is the one thing I'll try. That's like a meal. And then maybe I'll try one thing that's like a sweet thing. That's probably what you're going to do. You're not going to go around and get 100 different things. So it's all these people milling about, and it's so quiet. This video that this guy took. He didn't try to make it look fun. The video on Instagram had people, they were like riding there was like rides. There were these little dinosaurs on wheels. People were doing these like dinosaur races on wheels and dancing around. People were roller skating and stuff. Music, cheersing, big ice cream cones. Looked like a lot of fun. But the video looked so bad. It just looked so bright. And there was games. There's like carnival games. Who wants to play carnival games during the day? Carnival games are weird during the day. Carnival games are fun at night. Step right up. Don't tell me to step right up at 2 p.m., pervert. Come here, step right up, try your luck. I don't want to play a carnival game in the hot sun. It's weird. I want to squirt water into a clown's mouth and at noon. That's a nighttime activity. Carnival games are a nighttime activity. Under the shroud of night, I want to shoot water into a clown's mouth because that gives me a boner. So I want that to be nighttime. Everything's better at nighttime. It is one of my hottest takes. As much as I do love July, mostly because it's my birthday and everyone gives me nice gifts and kisses. But I am such a little winterhead. I like when it's dark. It's just dark. It's just better. The sun's not in your fucking face. There's so much more you can do at night. I think. You could play carnival games. So anyway, the video looked fucking awful, so we didn't go to that. We decided to just go to like a Hollywood pool party. It was pretty cool. We did feel cool. There was black people there. They were dancing. It was awesome. I don't go to a lot of events where there's like more than like 10 black people. So I felt like I was hip, and I really felt I had found something. We found it on like some website, top pool parties in LA, and we thought, and it was like $40, but we were like, why don't we just go and see if we can just get in? I think my friend Sarah found online that someone was like, you can just go, you don't have to pay. And so we tried that. We're like, let's just go to it and just like walk past the people, taking names, and they see if they say anything. And they didn't. We just went into this very cool pool party. There was people like grinding and rubbing asses on dicks and stuff. It was fucking crazy. None of that happened to me, thank God. Don't be rubbing your ass on me when I'm in the pool. My dick is the size of a damn chiclet. So it was fun. I went to a friend's house after. And, saw some fireworks from afar. Met a lovely couple. We went to another rooftop bar and met a lovely couple named Mike and Charlotte. They were in town from England, from Whit something. Lovely couple, about 60 years old. Went out with them the next night. Went out with them. I said, "You're in town?" They said they didn't really seem to like L.A. They loved San Diego. They couldn't wait to go to San Francisco. But L.A. so far, it's kind of flat, kind of ugly. True. I say, I can't have you leave LA and have a bad. Tomorrow we're going out. And we did. And we got fucked up. And then I got my scooter stolen. Hey, what are you going to do? It was my last night of having my scooter. My $220 scooter that I would scoot to work on every day. Frankly, I tied it up to a post in Hollywood and then forgot about it at the end of the night. Went home and thought, well, I'll get it in the morning. It's fine. Went back in the morning, gone. Shit. That sucks. I was getting some good use out of that scooter, but mostly just to go to work. But that doesn't matter anymore, does it, folks? Because here's the biggest news of the episode. I have left the movie theater job. That's right, folks. I put in my 3 weeks. That's how long ago it's been since I put out my last episode. I put in I gave a 3 weeks notice, and then that 3 weeks has already gone by, and I don't work there anymore. And that was like 10 days ago. It's been a whole month. So pretty much, yeah, right after the 4th of July, I put in my, I wanted to give them 3 weeks, because give them as much time as they can, as they need, because they have to train someone on bar. I'm a very valuable member to this company. I was. I don't mean to toot out of my own ass, but what a crucial member of this company I was. Probably more crucial than anyone more crucial than you are at your company, I'll tell you that. I can almost guarantee it. Probably because you don't work at a movie theater. So, it was, I was really climbing the ranks. I was the inaugural employee of the month, inaugural employee of the week, 3-time employee of the week. It was absolutely, it was the best I'll ever be at something, probably. I was such a crucial employee to this company. Now they're fucked. But I put in I wanted to quit at the end of July because come August, I'm just going to be on the road doing this little tour, and I just don't feel like working there anymore when I come back. And I was telling people, why are you quitting? And I would say, well, I'm going to be hitting the road a lot. Left it kind of vague and open-ended like that, and everyone would be like, hey, you made it out, man. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Even my bosses were like, you did it. Congrats. We're happy for you. But really, I'm only going to be gone for like 2 weeks. I could easily come back and just keep working at this theater. But I don't want to. I'm so fucking tired of cleaning the movie theater. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to sweep. I'm really tired of fucking sweeping popcorn for like hours. So many hours a week spent cleaning after just careless people, shitty people. It was making me hate people. Going into a theater after a movie gets out and watching the mess that people make in the theater, I've lost my faith in humanity. Don't you have chocolate all over your ass? If there's this much chocolate in your seat, you walked out of this theater with you covered in chocolate all over your ass. Don't you feel like a fool? How people can knock over an entire bucket of popcorn. Hold the popcorn. If you don't want to hold it, put it on the ground and then remember that it's there and just don't kick it all the way over. The amount of popcorn in the seat. How are you putting popcorn in your mouth that it gets through on both crevices of the seat and the crevice behind you? How is there popcorn in all three crevices? You're supposed to put it from the bucket or the bag just right into your mouth. Unless you're like pouring it in like T.O. when he scored a touchdown. What are you doing? The amount of shit people would bring in. One time this guy brought in this big white bag of like to-go food. Huge. For like a few people. Huge white bag. And we're not supposed to allow outside food. But I was working I was ticket taker, so I was like greeting. I'm really like in charge, and I am not good at being in charge. I let everything go. And he comes in, he's like, "Are we allowed to have food in here?" And I mean, he had so much food. And if it's like a Starbucks cup, we'll go, "Yeah, it's fine, that's fine." But if it's this much, like we gotta be like, no. But I'm not gonna do that. I was like, dude, yeah, who gives a shit? The fact that he asked if he was allowed to have it in there made me think, okay, he's like responsible. He at least is aware that this is like not supposed to be allowed. And thus, he won't make a huge mess. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. This is probably 2 months ago. This fella left a trail of horchata so permeating in Theater 5 that the stain exists to this day. To this day. It ruined my shoes. I was cleaning it, and it was dripping everywhere on my shoes, on my pants. People are saying, "Oh, what happened? Did you come?" No! This isn't a joke. I really wish I had said, yes, you can bring that food in. As long as you just clean it up afterwards. Throw it all out in the trash afterwards. He left it in both the seat and the little side nook area next at the very entrance of the theater. He left his stuff everywhere. And it's those fucking people I don't want to deal with anymore. I'd rather be broke than deal with you. What I will miss is my friends at the movie theater. Did I enjoy the work? Of course not. But I did really like a lot of the people, and there was nights that were just pleasant because some people were there. There were people that would come in and I go, this is a pleasant time now. But one thing I will say is we were not allowed to drink at the movie theater, even on our nights off. And that was my biggest gripe with the movie theater. If I come on a day off, I want to drink. It makes me feel better. And if I'm like bringing friends to watch a movie, they can all drink, but I can't drink. Ugh. So I really hated that. And I always said, when I leave this job, I'm immediately getting a drink. And on my last day, it was pretty sad, man. I gave everyone hugs, and people were very supportive. Go on, man. Go. Get out of here. We're proud of you. I mean, I'm going to be broke again immediately. There is certainly that chance. But I went upstairs. I returned my 2 shirts. You have to return your shirts. First of all, you only get a second shirt after 90 days of working there. So I was wearing 1 shirt on a loop for 3 months. And it gets dirty as hell. After 90 days, I finally earned my second shirt. Had a nice little rotation of 2 shirts. When my shift was up, went upstairs, put my shirts in the office, came back down in my street clothes, and I ordered what is the best deal if you like to drink alcohol. I'm going to tell you about the best deal in Los Angeles. This is at I assume it's at all Landmark theaters. I know it's at least a couple of them. I worked at the one in West Hollywood. If you buy a Stein, which is a big glass, We're supposed to fill it up with 24 ounces, but it's bigger than that. You could really fill it up to like 28, which we just do that. So it's like about 28 ounces of beer. And you fill that up with any of our tap beers, our draft beers. And a stein is $26.99. And you fill it up with beer. Any beer. And we have some nice beers. We have an 805. There's an Angel City IPA. Smog, what is it? Little Bow Pills or whatever. Maui Blonde. We got some good beers. Fill that up for $26.99. You keep the stein for the rest of your life. And when you come back to any Landmark Theater, you can refill that stein for $5. 28 ounces of alcohol, we're talking. Beer. It's got to be beer. For $5? Find me that deal anywhere else in Los Angeles. You cannot. That's my parting thing, my parting goodbye to Landmark. I will give them a little plug because that is a really good deal. So, of course, as soon as I quit my job, clocked out, ka-ching, immediately bought a stein. Filled it up with IPA, and I just stood at the counter. It was kind of a down, there's that down moment in between movie sets. There's crazy for 40 minutes, and then gets real quiet for an hour and a half. So I just stood at the counter and I just drank my IPA and hung out with my friends. My friends who I will miss. And I haven't gotten a second to even rest my own ass since that day. Quit the movie theater. I wanted to go out and celebrate. Went out with some friends, stayed up later than anticipated, which was a risky maneuver because simply the day after I quit my movie theater job, I had to fly to Florida. That's right, folks. I just got back from Florida, USA. You want to talk about the dog days of summer. Holy Howie Mandel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I booked a commercial. Did the fitting, shot it already. I don't know how many details I can give, but I'll tell you that I'm in the commercial with Mike Tyson. It's my friend Tony directed it. He just gave me the role as a gift because I've given him so much. And he still owes me. That's what's crazy. He still owes me after all I've done for him. I mean, it's a lot. I kind of made him who he is. Which is so funny to think, because we're good, we're like good buds, but there is this kind of underlying understanding that like I made him who he is. It's just like kind of funny. But Tony directed. I had me audition. Tony's the only one in America, in the industry at least, who believes in me, and so he's helped me out a lot. Booked me on this commercial. I don't know if I can say the product, but I think it's only going to air in Florida, I think. But it'll be like online probably. I'm definitely going to share it when it comes out because I got to do a commercial with Mike Tyson. And so they fly me out the next day after I quit this job. So it's been mayhem. Listen to this fucking week I just had. Work, quit. Fly to Florida the next day. They fly you out first ass class. I am talking the seats that go all the way back and you can lie down. I never thought in my life I would ever be on one of those. A seat that you can lie on. That's like my dream. I cannot sleep on planes. I cannot. I can nod off and on. But I sure as hell can't sleep. And I'm always so tired. And on this flight, I was so hungover. I went out the night before and partied. Went to some gay fella's birthday party. I didn't know him. He had a cowboy hat, though, so he was one of those. Yeah, I went to some gay fella's birthday party. Very nice guy. And it was just a party of all these very nice gay fellas. But the one whose birthday it is, I was talking to him outside for a while. He was a bit standoffish. All the other ones were more affable. But I was talking to this guy whose birthday it was, and I was like, I don't think this guy likes me. Maybe because we're in his apartment and like I'm straight, and he's probably like, what are you guys doing here? We don't know you. He was just a friend of a friend. We ended up at this party. And afterwards, we're Ubering home. A friend of mine says, so that guy who with the cowboy hat, he asked, who's that guy talking about you? Me, Ryan Flanagan. And they were like, is he what's his deal? Is he straight? And they go, yeah, he's a straight guy. And the guy goes, I can turn him. So that was him trying to turn me gay, I guess. I thought he didn't like me at all. Of everyone at the whole party, I was like, well, this guy probably wants us to leave. Nah, he wanted to sniff my ass. So I guess that's how they do it. If I were to rank all those gay fellas at that party on how bad they wanted to sniff my ass, he would have been no higher than 4th or 5th. But that was a late night, and then, boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'll be honest, I did miss my flight the next morning, but that's neither here nor there. I got on the next one, it was fine. There was a moment of absolute panic. I thought I threw my career away. But anyway, they flew me out first class on JetBlue. Oh my God. Watched a couple pretty good movies. I watched Milk. I was just in a gay little mood, huh? And Milk is really good. Never saw Milk. Watched Broke, featuring Wyatt Russell. Good new movie with Dennis Quaid. Really good. So I didn't even use the lay down feature on this flight. I just enjoyed being in first class. Got a nice meal. And then so I get to the airport, and this guy is picking me up at the airport, a driver. And he's got my name on his phone. He's waiting at the bottom of the escalator in Fort Lauderdale with my name on his phone. So romantic, like a lover, at the bottom of the escalator. It was as though his phone was like a bouquet of roses, waiting for me to come back for my harrowing journey at Landmark Theater. He's standing there with my name on his phone. But my name, which is Ryan O'Flanagan, Gucci Greatness, Fabergé Fiend, the apostrophe had turned to just a bunch of special characters. So it just said Ryan O, $, parentheses, percentage, exclamation point, question mark, at, sign, Flanagan. I'm like, brother, what? How does this happen? I understand that the apostrophe causes a lot of problems technologically, trying to log into things, or hotel clerks looking up my name. I can't find it. Oh, there's an apostrophe. Oh, it fucked everything up. It's been a problem forever. But when you're picking me up from the airport and your phone just says my name, is there not a way you can go in and remove all of those special characters? You're standing, hundreds of people are walking by this guy, and he's holding a sign that says, Ryan O, $, parentheses, percentage, exclamation point. Looking like a fucking idiot. If you can't change that, that sucks. But I gotta assume there's a way to just go in and just backspace that and put the apostrophe. Or did this guy think, he was foreign. Or maybe he thought that's how you spelled my name. Maybe an apostrophe is no more or less special of a character than any of the other special characters. It would have made no difference to him at all. Ryan O, $, Flanagan. I get there. I get to the bottom. I go, hey, that's me. Close enough. And he reaches to grab my suitcase. And I thought he was reaching to shake my hand, and I shook his hand. That wasn't good. So now we're even. A fool meets a fool. And he laughed at me. I said, bitch, there's a fucking ampersand in my last name. Don't fucking laugh at me. Drives me to the hotel. So I'm in Florida just for one day, just for the fitting. Do a nice little fitting. I don't know what role I'm going to get until I do the fitting. And I won't tell you guys too much about the commercial. I'll share it at some point. Do the fitting, fly back to LA straight from the fitting. So I'm in Florida for 16 hours. Land in LA. The following night, it is my birthday. We go out to a bar, a nice Western bar, singer-songwriter night in Hollywood. You know how I am. That turns into 2 days. Whole next day, I'm recovering from that night. Golly. A Tuesday night. The day after that, I gotta fly back to Florida for the shoot. And the shoot was awesome. I can tell you a little bit about Mike Tyson. I'll tell you he's the gentlest little sweetie. There was a time he actually bit a guy's ear off. He was telling me about that. He was just, he has a presence to him. He walks into a room and you go, wow, that's Mike Tyson. That's for damn sure. He doesn't like to talk. He's pretty reserved guy. Tried to make small talk with him a couple times, and he's got a sweet little shyness to him. But I think he had fun. I think he enjoyed the shoot, and it was a long shoot. They put him through it. I mean, he was on set for fucking like 8 hours. Didn't complain. And I did not get a picture with Mike, but I got something better. I got a commercial with him. Would have loved to get a picture with Mike, though. He's 5'2". He's 5'2", and he's white. But it was a lovely shoot. And then after the shoot, me, Tony, other friend Patty Quinn was in town. He also booked a spot on this series of commercials. He had a different commercial, but so he was also in town. We're celebrating the whole week of shoots being over. So we go out on the town, get rip-roaring ripped. Christ's sakes, Tony squeezed the guy's shoulders that he thought was me, and it was not me. We were getting rip-roaring ripped. Florida is disgusting. I love it. I've talked about it on this podcast before. I used to really hate it. I do not hate it anymore. But it is so fucking humid. And people don't seem to mind. I don't understand it. How can you live here? And there's some beautiful babes there too. Some beautiful babes. And I thought, I have no desire to talk to a beautiful babe right now. What's the best that can happen? I talked to this beautiful babe. She wants to come back to my hotel. I'm like, I need to take like a full shower. I need to like shower and like stand in front of the AC for like 40 minutes. I'm like, do not touch me. You are disgusting. I need you to take a shower. We are so gross right now. Tony and Pat got into a big 9/11 argument. They were arguing about 9/11 in Florida. One of them really likes it, and one of them really hates it. And they were just going at it on this balcony at Elbow Room. And it was so hot, they're both just dripping sweat. Florida's fucking nasty, but I love the energy and I love the culture. I love that everyone's just getting fucked up. It seems like everyone just goes there to just gets fucked up all the time. Doesn't matter what age you are. There's 80-year-olds. Also, all the street lights were off because it was turtle hatching season. The guy who had my name spelled all crazy was telling me about this on the drive. And it's really dark at night on like the main strip. We're right by the beach. And he goes, you notice it's really dark. It's because it's turtle hatching season, so they have to turn the lights off. Or the turtles will hatch and they'll go towards the street lights. And they'll end up on the street, and they'll end up in the sewers eating pizza. And they'll befriend some rats. Before you know it, they're fighting crime. So it's turtle hatching season. I go, oh shit, it's turtle hatching season. That's crazy. They have to leave the lights off. It's so dark on this street. How long is turtle hatching season? And the guy goes, hey Google, how long is turtle hatching season in Fort Lauderdale? And Google says, turtle hatching season is from April to October. I go, 6 months? You have to not have street lights on? What are you guys doing? Florida's so weird. Put like a little barrier over the nests or something. You're just going to have, crime's got to be rampant. Yeah, let's go to this town where they're not allowed to have street lights on. And everyone is like angry because it's so fucking hot. And it was so hot all week. My shoot was inside, but it was by a big door. So it did get pretty hot. But there were people that had to shoot all day outside. People were passing out on the first couple days. They didn't have like a tent, I guess. They kind of, they were the first couple days they were learning. There was a learning curve to this shoot. People were passing out. That sucks. I'd be so embarrassed if I was on set and I passed out in front of Motorcycle Tyson. Then I flew back from that shoot after that long night, getting rip-roaring with Tony and Pat. I get picked up from my hotel at 5:40 a.m. for an 8 o'clock flight. And this is when I really took advantage of. So this is on the other flights I had been on, those nice first class seats that lay back all the way, but I was next to someone. So there's some seats that are solo. They get a little fucking cubicle to themselves. Then there's others across the aisle that are 2 seats, which are still great. You can still lie down all the way and you get plenty of your own space. But on my final flight back home, I got a solo seat. Oh my God. You get a little space all to yourself. And it comes with and you can lay down all the way, and you can lay down, you can go full fetal. And there's a little door, you can close your little door, which I didn't even realize till I had passed out immediately upon entering the plane. Lay down to sleep. They give you little earplugs, put the earplugs in. There's a pillow, there's a blanket. I lay down completely flat. I sleep for like an hour. And I wake up to the sound of silverware and plates clinking because my brain is trained to not miss the meal. As sleepy as I am always more hungry. That's for damn sure. I wake up for that, and I have a fucking door on my thing, a sliding door, and it's closed. The flight attendant closed my door for me. Holy shit, I have a door? In my own space. It was the best flight of my life. Not even close. And I got to give a guy a blowjob on a flight once in 2004. This blew that out of the water. No pun intended. You have this whole little, you can put like your stuff everywhere. There's so many places to just put like your little bag. Put your phone here, plug your phone in here. There's little shelves and little compartments and stuff. You could put all your stuff. I could have lived there. And I love watching movies on planes if movies on planes are available. Because I don't really watch a lot of movies. I did just watch Superman. And everyone's wrong about it. It's not good. I don't get why people like this movie. I thought it was laughably bad. But perhaps I'm just a hater. Anyway, I tried to watch The Woman in the Yard on the plane. And I made it probably 2 minutes in. And I thought, I should just sleep. This is way worse than me just getting some sleep right now. I got an hour of sleep last night. So then I went back to sleep and I slept the whole flight like an actual sleep. Have you ever had that in your entire life? I've never had that in my life. I have had sleep paralysis on a plane, trying to nodding on and off, and I get stuck in this weird in-between, this demonic in-between, and I'm fucking shaking trying to wake myself up, and I can hear the plane going. I can hear the plane happening around me. I know I'm on a plane. I know I'm in a middle seat, making a fool of myself, trying to shake myself awake. I've had that plenty of times. What I haven't had is an actual 2-3 hours straight of Z's, baby. And I got Z's, and I woke up and the flight attendant he was like, well, you got a good night's sleep. You're ready to start the day, huh? I said, shut up, pussy. You don't know what I went through last night. I was celebrating with Tony and Pat. And then I went home, slept a little bit more, and then that night was an even bigger birthday celebration. I'll be a straight-up girl about my birthday. I don't give a fuck. Everybody wants to party. People hate their own birthday because it's like pressure, I guess. You get you don't want all the attention. I get that. But everybody loves going to someone else's birthday party if they're doing something fun. So I'll sacrifice myself. I'll have 2 birthday parties in 1 week. I don't give a fuck. I'll do a chill one for the chill folks, want to chill, just drink. Then I'll have a party night. And that night was party night. All night, dance, dance, dance. Pussy Power Night, it was called. All female hip hop night. It's pretty sick. It was free. But I do love having a fucking rager for my birthday. Everyone secretly wants it. No one wants to do it for their own birthday because they don't want, what if it's a failure? I'm not afraid of that. No, I am. But I think we just have to have as many ragers as possible before it's all over. And it is going to be all over soon. September, maybe? And then the day after that was full recovery. Kind of went way too long. And then the day after that was yesterday, and I tried to record my podcast, and I had no voice. Not a voice in sight. But now I'm back. I got a haircut. I'm fully recovered, and I'm about to go on tour. And I would love, if you know anyone in the following cities, please tell them to come out to a show. I don't know what the hell these shows are going to be. They could be, I don't know. I don't know. I booked it all on my own. If you know anyone in Spokane, Washington, Missoula, Montana, Idaho Falls, Idaho, Boise, Idaho, Grand Junction, Colorado, Durango, Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Denver, and then Steamboat Springs, Colorado. That's a shit ton of Colorado shows, huh? There's really no reason to be doing that. That's way too many Colorado shows. It's a big state, but that's like, what was that, like 7 different Colorado towns? I guess it is a little harder to get around there because of the mountains, so it's like, it's not that crazy that I would perform at so many places that are so close to each other. But generally, that's not necessary. And definitely generally, it's not necessary to do like more than one show in one city, and definitely not in one night in one city. That's never necessary. But I'm going to be doing that in Denver. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. God help me. I'm going to be filming 3 new tourist videos. They're going to be in Spokane, Durango, and Fort Collins. Those are the days that I have like some days off in. So I'm going to be doing that. And let me see if, it's going to be, I'm looking at my, I have a little list of things to talk about. First Class, talked about it. I wrote this Hertz. Have you guys heard this new Hertz commercial? First of all, I got to be on I got to be on my favorite podcast recently. It's called the Sports Gambling Podcast. They have a whole network of podcasts that are all just about gambling of different sports. There's like the college football one. There's the baseball one. NBA, WNBA. And they talk about sports from a gambling perspective, but also just from a general perspective. And I've been a fan for so long. But I also know one of the guys that is the host. He's a comic, so he had me on as a guest. And I will say I was so excited because I'm such a fan of the show. And I know the show so well. So I was referencing the show and stuff. And afterwards, Sean, the host, he texted me and he said, he sent me a screenshot of someone had commented on I was doing like the Panthers preview. I'm also the only Panthers fan that most people know. In LA, for sure. So I do all the sports podcasts that if they need a Panthers fan guest, it's 100% of the time going to be me. So that's what I did. And then Sean sent me a screenshot of a commenter who had commented, "Guest definitely knows ball. Great episode." I said, dude, that's the highest compliment you can give a man. The highest compliment you can give a sports fan. As a stranger to say, this guy definitely knows ball. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want. I want to know ball so bad in public. God, you ever see these damn videos of these guys that have to guess all these sports things? And they're just rage bait. They get the dumbest guys in the world to guess like what. Here's a logo with half of the logo cut off. What team is it? And they get the dumbest guys. And it's just to get people all riled up. And I'll scream at my phone, "It's the fucking Maple Leafs. But anywho, so I was honored. And then also, so I'm listening to this podcast of theirs, and they're like a real podcast, and they have like real like ads. Not that I don't. I consider my sponsor shout outs to be real ads, and I could read them like real ads if you guys wanted me to. But they have like, oh god, California State Lottery and shit, and they've been playing a new one that's for Hertz, and it's this. I don't know if you guys have heard this Hertz commercial. That's like, it's a guy's voice, sultry black man, and it's like sexy music. And the premise of the commercial is like, you're cheating on your car with this Hertz rental. It's very weird. Your car doesn't have to know. You have this sidecar for just a couple days, going on a trip with this sidecar. And he's like moaning. He's like, full coverage. Unlimited miles. Your mistress car. The old ball and chain Civic you have, it doesn't have to know. Like, what is this? Do you want us to fuck your cars? Because I'll do it. I've been doing it, but I thought it was supposed to be a secret. Anyway, please come see me on tour. What else do I have to talk about? I guess nothing. I got a sore neck. Yeah, I told you guys about my sore neck. And I got my new t-shirts. Yeah, those are all the things I had written down to talk about. That's episode 41, huh? Yeah, that was it. That's fine. Hope you guys have a good August. Definitely next time I talk to y'all will be the Mountain Mama Tour Part 1. I know I'm going to have some stories from this tour. Oh, I just know it. Let's look. Let's do this in real time. The only show of this tour that I had, that I am doing, that I actually am doing the ticket link myself, is Spokane, which is the first show of the tour. My lead off, which is typically the worst show of the tour, just based on I haven't done stand-up in so fucking long. But hopefully it goes great. But I am selling tickets myself so I can see how many tickets have been sold. I did just put out a promo video today. And after that promo video, we're looking at 26 tickets. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm getting 100% of the door. Bump that up to, who knows, 30-something by showtime? We're off to a nice little start. I'm going to see my cousin in Durango. I'm going to go to Steamboat Springs. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like adorable. It sounds like Disneyland. Toot toot. Toot toot. And then when I get back from this tour on August 26th, I will have no job. Oh, I was going to talk about, I did apply to work for some drone shows, because I love drone shows, even though I didn't get to see that one on the 4th of July. So I just reached out to companies that run drone shows, and I was like, hey, I love drone shows. I don't know even how to fly a drone or how they even work at all. But I love drone shows, and, if you need someone on like the ground crew to set up drones, I would love to get my foot in the door. And I sent that to a few different drone show companies. I don't know. I don't have a job anymore. So I'm looking at the next thing. You got to look at something outside of comedy and acting, I think. I spent a lot of years just not doing that and just coasting. But I wouldn't mind exploring some other areas in case I fall out of love with this or continue to. So I've been reaching out to drone shows, and one of them got back to me. He says, hey, we're in Europe, but we're going to be back in LA in 20 days. Hit us up then. Maybe we can get you out here, come interview to work for the drone show. I said, perfect, I'm going on tour. When I get back from tour, I would love to work for the drone show. That could be, maybe that's going to be my new thing. Wouldn't that be cool to tell people? What do you do for work? I work for the drone show. You're going to get wall-to-wall balls. Imagine how many balls I'm going to get. Telling people I work for the drone show. So that's the next step for me, I suppose, after this tour. Get back, work for the drone show. But then I'm going to get back. I'm going to have no job for a while. Football season is going to start. I got a bunch of friends' birthdays. I got a Vegas trip in September. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to record my next episode. I can't wait to tell you guys about the tour. And I don't think I'm going to do a Panthers preview this year. That really backfired last year. I was wrong about everything. If you want to see a nice Panthers preview by Gucci Greatness, Fabergé Fiend, Guac Daddy, go to Sports Gambling Podcast on YouTube and watch the Ryan O'Flanagan episode. Or go to the Steffi Smalls Show on YouTube, watch the Ryan O'Flanagan episode. But doing a lot of Panthers previews, and I got some thoughts. And believe me, I definitely know ball, according to this guy. But that's it for episode 41. I love you guys. I'll talk to you at the end of August, I would think. Maybe early Sep. Who knows? But I'll talk to you at the end of the tour. And as always, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. Brio, brio, yeah. Brio, brio, yeah.